And we're back to another episode of Let's Play Lost Odyssey. I'm your host, CRPG Guy. Woo! I had to take a week and a half off of recording for work stuff and just, other ordeals going on. Just work. All work and no play makes RPG Guy a dull boy. But I'm glad, I'm kind of caught up with work, so. Yeah. So we are at the Sea of Baus. So this sea is like a Baus. I make funny, ha 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 ha. Nothing but lies here. Nothing but lies. Alright, let's move this way. And we get treasure glasses. May as well have Seth learn something. Boop. Testicle, spectacles, wallet, watch. Let's keep moving. Alright. So, one thing that's interesting about the Sea of Baus is there's stuff for us to ram into, but Baus, the stuff that we can run into can cause forced battles. So if that's a problem for you, for whatever reason, if you're trying to do a low-level game or you're trying to do a very specific something, for what I can only imagine. He is hardened. Let's go after organics. Man, my timing is... See, now I gotta get my timing back down again. Ooh. So what was I? Where was I? During the... Look at those glasses, that's great. You know what? Get to work, Jensen. Oh, Jensen, you bastard. Gotta get my timings back down. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. We'll see how much XP we get, how much delicious XP we get. Enough, about 10. It looks like, maybe less. Alright, let's keep moving. New England clam chowder. Is that the red or the white? What? Grab this guy right here. While we're here, we get all shield. Yay! So all shield really quick, just to keep everyone in the loop. It slightly increased the physical defense of all party members. Not to get confused with, like, it shields you from, every, offensive attack. Whether it's not shield and protect combined. That needs to be made clear. Again, because it's not Final Fantasy, they don't use the Final Fantasy magic terminology in this game, which is a shame, but
guess we have no choice.
It is what it is. Murder train. Now, if we used magic on these guys, we would probably be through this faster. Not gonna lie. But I'm one of those old school JRPG MP conserving guys. It's a good habit to get into. For those who are not familiar with harder JRPGs, maybe this is your first time you've watched my LP. I don't know. My LPs. But I will say this, that oftentimes a game that allows you to burn through magic pretty easily, in most cases, there are, again, some exceptions to this rule, but most games that allow you to burn through MP excessively usually will screw you over later, because by halfway point through the game or so, sometimes, and many times even earlier, the game punishes you for burning through your MP reserves, or you have to use expensive items to recover that MP prior to things like a boss fight. And so the whole point that I make when I play games like this, and it's a good habit to get to, is to see how far you can get without burning your skills. But like, there are exceptions to this rule. Game Grandia does not have that issue. So like, if you were to play Grandios 1 and 2, you can burn through the dungeons and use all your skills and powers, and there's always a free healing save point kind of near a boss. So it's not usually a big deal. So as you can see, when we get hit by the engine, the enemies are going to attack us first, which can be a problem. But really, it's not that big of a deal. The other thing about conserving MP2 is that's our free healing. So that's another reason to hold on to it. Nice. Since she is a wee bit more, we'll use her foist. Okay. So as you can see, now that the radiator is not lit up. Now, again, if you just wait for it to dim down, you could avoid a lot of combat that way. The question is, do you want to avoid combat? And that's really in and of itself. Again, many games, this one included, will punish you for being too low of a level. But as the game progresses and you get more access to abilities and skills, that's not really much of a problem. If you understand the game's mechanics and how to kind of develop your characters around that mechanic. But much like many Sakaguchi games, leveling is really important. So we find a Sieves a seed. We should put us... I forgot how many we have. So the 1 plus the 20 we must have done for the weaponry we have. I would say that we're good. See, I didn't wait for that. But I go back to my initial statement, is that it is worth fighting these battles. As you can see, the encounter rate in this game is not very high, and I'm not sure if that's intentional or not. Or maybe Sakaguchi didn't want the game to feel bogged down. But whichever reason it is that this exists this way, it doesn't bother me by any stretch of the imagination. But it is an interesting observation for sure. And you'll notice that XP is really helping. And I just want to reiterate, in case I haven't, is that characters can learn spells and abilities just solely based on what level they are. You don't have to find or buy magic, per se, for characters. So getting characters access to levels, the sooner you do it, the better.
Like taking candy from a baby.
And getting close to a level. Encephalo and treasure analysis. Let's swap their gear in a minute here. We get a yellow band, actually, so we might actually put that on somebody right away. Yeah, immunity to paralysis, you say? A reason to grind that out with our primary characters here. Well, not primary, they're all primary, but reason to grind that out with our immortal characters. And that's what we're just going to call them for right now because, yeah. The game is semi-established that that's the case with them. For some reason, they don't... Why won't you people just die? And I always loved this enemy here, the Aquasphere. Almost looks like a water elemental ripped right out of Final Fantasy X. I'm not inciting or putting anything like that into play here. It's just an observation. But I love it. A part of me loves it, in a way. So... Not gonna lie about that. I believe water's weakness. Oh god, what was it? Wind is weak to fire. Fire's weak to. I think it's. I'm probably wrong. But whatever. It's weird. Oh, you know what? It's not. It's ground. It's ground. Because it's, again, ass backwards. At least it decided to waste a turn. Yeah, because wind is weak to fire, fire is weak to water, and then ground... What's ground weak to, though? Wind. It's like a weird rectangle of immunities. We'll double check right now once Jensen gets his turn here. Yeah, okay. Gold sheet. And there's a delicious level up. And Jensen learns level 2 white magic. What does it mean? Well, first things first, let's kick that open. Mana herb. Who's got the herb? Who's got the herb? Okay, so he learned to cure paralysis and Zephyr, which is AoE healing. Slightly recovers the HP of all allies. Funny how that is. Do that. Keep moving. Hence, like I said, you want to get those levels up if you want to get access to some cool spells like, oh, I don't know, AoE healing. Having that's a pretty good deal. Magic luring stone. I believe that's everything. Let's keep moving. Alright, big old open area full of generators. And as stated before, we'll take those hits. And the reason why is because we are going to get to a save point soon. And the sooner that we get to it, the better. I'm not going to lie. And all of the items here are pretty cool. And actually what I might do... I know I'm showing a lot of the random battles. Well, these aren't random. These are scripted, so that's why I'm really showing these. We haven't really fought too many random battles here. They're mostly the scripted ones. I want to see here. Once I kill a couple of these guys. Oh, come on, man. You got to kill him. With that delicious murder. If I saw one of these things in real life, I'd be freaking mortified. It's like a tropical, more colorful version of John Carpenter's The Thing. There we go.
That wasn't very fun.
Alright, I actually want to do something very specific here. I believe I'm falling in love. Oops, actually, she's rather beat up. You can see there's a lot of these here. What I want to do is kind of skip over a few here. You'll see why in a minute. We're not gonna believe it's this one. Yes. So this is actually something we want. As the last set of we're novice earrings. Now we have apprentice, which teaches level 2 black-white magic to Kime and Seth. So we're gonna have her learn Turntail. Then we're gonna pop the apprentice earrings on him, and we'll go ahead and work our way from back to front here. And I'll just tell you this right now. 3 of these machine thingies have seeds in them, and then everything else is a consumable item. And you could skip the rest of it if you really wanted to, but I'm an SP hog. I love that delicious SP. And yeah, we're going to take damage every battle to try to get that SP, because I wants that SP. And really, like I said, it's very easy to not get that delicious XP. There's not a lot of motivation for you to deal with these fights, so to me it's like there's no reason not to do them. I mean, I guess if you want a low-level game and you're speedrunning, you just wait till they don't power up to avoid these fights. But like I said, SP is SP. I think you get 2 per battle here, and there's what is there? There's the 3 seeds. I know that for sure. And then 6. The one on that far side would be 7. And if you add in 3, okay, so 3 SP as far. I'm just calling it SP right there. But yeah. So that's enough to finish off pretty much anything, really. So let's do the apprentice earrings at 15, which, yeah, that'll be fine. And then you can see we get AoE healing as well out of that. We're going to use Kime's MP since he doesn't have AoE healing, which if 3 characters are wounded, that ends up being cheaper. Are you some kind of demon? No, but I'm some kind of asshole. Alright, we're going to change up the attack structure a little bit here. Might have Jensen actually attack with a spell, just to move this along for you guys. If we get perfects on all of our attacks for once, this will go by a lot faster. But I believe we'd still take the same amount of damage, so is it really the best strategy? Not really, unless Jensen gets a turn in before the enemy does. Yeah, and he doesn't, so really you take that damage no matter what you do. This is just to move things along. Because as you can see, Jensen just murders some things outright with spells.
That wasn't very fun.
And yeah. Don't try to level off these guys, though. They're not going to give you much for leveling. It's just for that delicious SP. As we take another shocker here. And I will point this out, the next area is pretty much the last area of this dungeon, so hence why it's worth doing. And this place becomes kind of off limits for a good chunk of the game, so making sure you exploit and get everything that's in this area is pretty important. I believe it's not until maybe halfway through the game or so that you actually get to come back here and partake in stuff. So I believe. So again, making sure you kind of get everything here is rather relevant. Darn it. Dag ding dong darn. Well, at least we're using magic this time. Because we are taking some serious damage. Nice. We'll use Jensen's magic to heal. That way we have a gauge. Yeah, expensive. It's expensive. Healing's expensive. But it's still free if we can get to the save point before then.
Let's take him now.
And remember, you can save, exit out of the game, and then jump back into the game for free healing as well. Like free healing for everything. Not gonna waste even more magic to finish that thing off. We didn't get the Gib. And there it is.
That was a close one.
At this point, I don't care. We fought enough battles down here that we can afford to skip maybe 2 or 3 of these. As I totally missed that one. Can't take me anywhere.
Let's take him now.
Do. And angry creatures, party of 3. Let's do this. One down. One not down. It's a little bit more damage and we wouldn't have to deal with this. Guess if we wore a ground ring it would be somewhat helpful. I'm too lazy to put that on. Especially because with what's coming up, we're not even going to be wanting to use ground rings anyway. So if you want to expedite battles down here, ground rings would help.
That was a close one.
And Kaim learns anti-paralysis. Sweet. Which, yeah. Oops. And she's one battle away from learning that, which is good. Okay. There would be a seed. And our second random battle, I think, of this zone, which is funny when you think about it. We fought more scripted battles in this area than actual, or semi-scripted than actual enemy battles. Alright, now the magic does work because there's an extra one out there. But hopefully I can get a perfect with Kime. I've been struggling to get perfect with him for some reason. There we go. And just see him with glasses is just kind of funny. I don't know why, but it just is. Yeah, you shield up there, buddy. It ain't gonna save you. Nothing's gonna save you, boy. It's time for the murder train. Alright, big win, right, Puffy? And 4 points. Seth learns black-white magic. Yay! In all fairness, first of all, we need to get that there. Yeah, it's more important. It's far more important that Kime learns black-white magic level 2. Far more important.
Let's take him down.
And really, I need to set Seth up with the rest of that. You know, he needs MP pretty badly. Hold off on a spell or two. One MP, that's just totally what I wanted. Alright, we will use magic this time. And we can go to the dynamite. The noise.
That wasn't very fun.
Alright. Okay, 2 more of these things. It's a very big area. Lots to cover in that big area. Power drink, and I believe... Oh, we hit it right on the shock point, whatever you want to call it. I love the weapons, the way the weapons look in this game to a degree. It's a nice little feature. And yes, they get to attack us first for reasons. No, that's rather straightforward. Because he's not going to do any damage unless he uses a spell. Luckily, Kime is built Ford tough. That was dumb. Yeah, it was. Alright. Not a lot of XP, but served its purpose. Let that thing do its thing. And we get seed. Yay! Right, we're ready to move on. We've cleared this area out of all of the goodies. And that's where you say it's about freaking time. Again, taking on extra battles for delicious SP. What can I say? And I will say this, we need to learn anti-paralysis on Seth. What do we add here for that? That's going to be our grind session, is however minute, take about 6 to 8 battles-ish to do that, give or take. But I wouldn't make us do it unless it was important. As we get 4 Pumice of Despair. Delicious. Do 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 do. Oops, a daisy. Ooh, wait. And there's a delicious barricade. How do I do it on health? Oh, that's... You know what? Why would you settle for level 1 when you can have level 2? Alright, really quick, I want to get into some fights here. We might use some slot seeds, which I don't think we've used yet, but I will explain in case I didn't show them to you, or explain, show you how they work, or explain it to you from before. Let's go ahead, killing a new enemy here. As you can see now, it's Kime and Seth are not. Maybe Kime could one-shot an enemy, but Seth definitely can't. And you're gonna start seeing these enemies who charge attacks and whatnot. Just be weary of it, be attentive to it, and know which ones you need to gang up on as we get 2 points. This is gonna take a while. At least at that rate. Okay, so really quick, in case I didn't explain what slot seeds are, it is the number of skill slots these are quote-unquote possibly immortal characters can have equipped on them. And we're going to upgrade that to 4 for now, because there are skills we're going to want on these guys coming up. Just not gonna lie, it's gonna be a thing. And we're gonna want to make sure we put up stuff that we're actually gonna use. And for boss fights, usually stand ready and guard heal are pretty good. Well, you don't need. Let's leave status analysis up for now. She's still learning 1. I want steel on somebody, so maybe she won't get guard heal. I may change this later. Do 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 do. Yeah, we're not ready yet with either of them, for what it's worth. All right. As we'll keep heading up here to find a delicious save point, because you know saving's your friend. So that's going to be 3 points there. I think the biggest group I've seen them in is 4. Let's see if Kime can kill one. I think he can. Well, here's the other thing too. Because of the bug's affinity to wind, we can actually equip fire rings and use them. So I might actually do that in the next battle, of course. So if you need to grind, I know I keep calling it SP when there's no evidence that that's the term that it's supposed to be, but I'm just going to point out that that's not relevant to what I'm getting at anyway. So it's not a big deal to call it that, okay, guys? Just calm down. It's easy. It's like job points in Final Fantasy Tactics. It's like, you know, it's just easy to remember. I think he's gonna get a turn first, isn't he? No. Oh, he's gonna get it right after Seth, though. So it's a good thing for that. I think if we want to speed up battle, though, Flame Rings would be good here.
That was a close one.
And since I want to gain what's necessary. It's not necessary. I'm just a big asshole, though. I like to be prepared. Okay, here's the safe point of delicious goodness. Sweet sugary goodness. So do I want to burn, you know, through my stash here, or do we want to do a reload? But regardless of what I choose to do, let's make a save. Because saving's your friend. And I'm going to go ahead and learn, again, just tiny bits of grinding. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that all characters have anti-paralysis available to them, as well as the black-white magic level 2. That's all I care about. So let me deal with that, and we'll be right back.